Okay, Rodney, welcome back. We're going to do a second video here. We have a screw that goes in here that will be pushed down again, so this cannot lift up. This gives you access to the pin reset motor and some of the switches and relays in the head and stuff like that. You probably won't be messing with that whatsoever, but I want to make you aware of it. We have a latch lock down here. Obviously this is going to be shrink wrap. In order to take this off, basically you push down on the machine and then unlatch it like that. So, and then it just goes back in. Then what you do is you slowly lift up on it, and the whole machine, I'm going to show you something right here. Sometimes when you open this up, it gets stuck along here. So basically you want to put a little pressure over here to sort of lift it up like that, because it gets wedged up against there. So once you get it up, there we go. There we go. Anyways, once you get it up, and I don't even know if that's up all the way yet. Let's see. There we go. So it's a little bit of a struggle to get up, but once you get it up, it should be open pretty good like that. You see how that lifts up? You got to just pull this away from, just when you're doing this, get an extra person to pull this away from this a little so it gets to come up. But now it's up, as you can see. And I want to show you a couple things in here that are sort of important. Right over here, see where these three switches are here? This is your score motor. And if you come into the score motor, right along here, there's a little cam right in here. It's right along this bar here at the very end of the bar, and then straight down you'll see some lithium grease white lube that goes on the cam in here, and this goes inside the motor and out. Maybe once every 6 months, put some on a Q-tip and put it on that cam. You'll see when it turns, it comes in and out, and that'll lube up the motor. So that's one thing that you can do as far as maintenance. I showed you where the ball lift motor was in the back with those two tubes, and you put the Remington gun oil in it. Obviously these fuses here, if your machine stops working, that would be the first place you'd want to check and make sure that these fuses are good. So there's this one right here doesn't take a fuse, but the rest are there. So you won't really be doing anything underneath here, except you might have to do something with these switches. These are your rollover switches if one of them gets stuck. But basically what happens is when the ball rolls over, these switches here, you see this? The switch gets pushed down and then it goes back up. If you're ever bowling and all of a sudden the machine starts skipping frames and it goes from frame 1 to 2 to 3 to 4 to 5 to 6 to 7 to 8 to 9 and then game over, probably what's going on, Rodney, is one of these switches here is pushed down. You push one down and it's down and staying down and it's not popping back up. It probably just got mechanically stuck. So that's why all these switches in here, if you ever end up with that problem, that's the first place you want to check, is make sure that one of these switches isn't stuck in the down position. Simple fix. And then the bottom of the switches are down here, so that's how you can make an adjustment. But usually it's just stuck mechanically up here somewhere. You just want to lift it up and it'll be alright. If it continually gets stuck, you have to come over down here and bend it a little, make sure it's right. But I don't think that's going to be a problem. All the switches seem to be working right, and so most likely it'll be on top. You'll just lift it up and it'll be fine. Alright, now there is a little switch, let me get so you can see this, right over here. You see that where it says Easy Strike Control Jack, and then it says all normal settings, all easy strikes in the 2, 4, 6, 8, and 10, and then the last one is easy strikes in the 10th frame only. Okay, now what you do is you get a screwdriver and you can turn it. See how that turns? Right? So right now we have it on all normal. And then we have it on all easy strikes. And right now we got easy strikes in the 10th frame. So you can adjust it to the way you want it. I like it just the way it is. All easy strikes in the 10th frame. But you can adjust it by turning it to the setting you want. There's 4 settings: A, B, C, and D. You can make it so it's all normal, easy on every frame, easy on frames 2, 4, 6, 8, and 10, or easy strikes in the 10th frame. So usually the easy strikes in the 10th frame is ready to go, and then everything else is normal setting. So that's an adjustment you can make right there. Other than that, you won't be messing it. All this stuff has been gone through, so you don't need to mess with anything like that. If you ever get a coin jam, you can come down here and you can lift this back like this. This lifts back, and you can get some alcohol or some steel wool in here and just clean that up, the face of that metal plate. That's where the dimes drop through, right in here. That's it. But I recommend not using the coin mechs. Just use your wired up switch down here. So that's it. So as far as putting this back down, you basically pull on this little handle here, push it down, and then the whole machine just comes straight down like that, and then you lock it back just like that, and there you go. So that's how you get into it. So low maintenance on the score motor. I showed you how to switch the strikes. You can put it on what you would like. Showed you a little bit about the coin mechs. Showed you about the pin hood. You can take the screw out and lift this up. Okay, if you really need to get in here and get servicing any parts, there's a switch back here that could need an adjustment. I'll show it to you. Right down in here, you can see there's a switch with a relay right here. Sometimes that's hard to get to. It's to the left of the score motor. What you can do is pull these screws, 1, 2, 3, 4, and then the whole deck, pin deck, comes off, and then you have easy access to the ball lift motor and the relay underneath there. Let's see, what else can I show you that I haven't shown you? I showed you about the rollover switches on the deck. If it starts skipping frames and it starts skipping them, that means one of the switches is stuck in. If you want to open the back glass, there's a little metal rod here. What you do is just pull it down, then come up front, and then push it open like that. And you can see the back glass comes open, and then you have access to change all your light bulbs in here. You see that? Okay. Then when you want to close it, okay, you just basically shut it, and it locks. And again, the only way to open it back up again is to use this little rod and pull it down. See how that pulls down? This rod, I'm just using it with my hand. So that's it. So there you go. When you get the machine, the balls will be already in the trough. The back doors, the lower back door will be on with the bolt. The head will be off the machine, right? Remember, it's going to be pinned over here, face down. You're going to have to unwrap the machine, take the head off, inspect for physical damage, and in order to put the machine together, you have to put the head back on the base, right? Get your screws out of the baggie, put your 2 screws in, right? Feed your four wiring harnesses up from below here, plug them in, right? Once you get those plugged in and that's on there, your machine's plugged in. You're going to feed out the power cord, right? The power cord's going to be down underneath the ball trough here where the ball comes down. The balls will be laying down here, okay? So you have to take the back doors off in order to set your machine up. Pull the wiring out, feed the wiring up, pull the power cord out. Once you get everything hooked up, then put your back doors back on, your screw on, and then plug it in, and then go around front and fire it up. And then your pins will come down, and you'll be good to go. All right, Rodney, review these 2 videos, and you should be good to go. And I appreciate it, and I hope you enjoy your new bowler. Thanks a lot. Bye.